G'day Liam, my name's Paul English. I'm the Safety Superintendent from Nearstar, Hobart Smelter. Today I'd like to discuss that I need some employees at my site to be qualified as emergency response team for licensing purposes. We are a major hazardous facility and we need to maintain a licence for that reason. This involves every 3 years we submit a plan to the regulatory authority which outlines how we will deal with various emergencies and hazards. The areas that we need some of our employees to be trained in are first aid, firefighting, hazardous materials response and rescue operations. Since we've been corresponding for a while now about the details of our site and the hazards, can you please advise on some of the appropriate training?
G'day Mr English, my name is Liam MacArthur and the training that I would recommend to you is a Certificate 3 in Emergency Response and Rescue. This certificate or this course is the industry standard qualifications for emergency response teams like you were talking about, and it includes everything you've just listed: first aid, firefighting, hazardous material response and rescue operations. The course itself is a mixture of elective and compulsory units of competency. With the elective units of competency, we can select those and tailor them specific to your site to meet your needs.
Excellent. I'm glad you mentioned that. Would you make it specific to our site? Because we're a very unique site, and a lot of our hazards that are present here are often found in no other major hazardous facility. How can you assure me that the training you will provide will meet our licensing requirements and specific site needs?
For these units of competency, the training will be done on your site, and we will use the facilities and the hazards on your site to base the scenarios off. For example, one of the units of competency: detect and monitor hazardous materials at an incident. This unit will actually conduct at the chlorine drum that's located on your site, and we'll use a fog machine to simulate a chlorine gas leak, and we'll have the students actually being assessed on dealing with that, and that will be their final assessment for that unit of competency. So the scenarios and the training will be based specifically around your site to meet your needs.
Okay, that sounds good. Can you please tell me about the method you will use to achieve these training goals?
We'll start off with a classroom training in a controlled environment, theory, paperwork, slideshows, that sort of things, and then we'll move on to some practical and technical skills, roping techniques, rolling out hoses, donning and donning appropriate PPE, that sort of thing, and then the students will be tested on both of those, both performing those practical skills and some theory tests. Once those are done, we're going to move on to some practical scenarios in which the students will be required to demonstrate the knowledge and the techniques that they've learnt in that controlled classroom setting in some dynamic scenarios. Can you please advise me on the level of English, both written and spoken, by the students?
Well, all employees are well read and fluent in English.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. English.
No worries at all. Thanks, Liam, for your time.
Cool. That was pretty good.